right, everybody, welcome to the Undefeated by Choice podcast. I'm your host, Matt the Godari Oyler, and I'm here not with my co-host. I'm here with my producer, Nick. Good to have him back in the hot seat.
Hashtag Nick is life.
Nick is life. We're going to get some shirts made. Nick is life. Wex is at an audition right now.
I know.
We wish her luck.
I do. We do. We wish her lots of luck.
So she
kill it.
Yeah, and then she's gonna come out here. She'll make it for the episode we're having with Jose Haro.
Oh, dude, I'm so stoked for this episode.
Dude, he's legit boxer, legit top level, ranked number 14 in the nation, or in the world.
In the world,
he was 3 in the nation.
Three in the nation. Yeah,
legit top level boxer.
This guy's insane.
Cool dude, man. Cool dude. We had a chance to talk to him a little bit before the episode started, before we get we talked to him a little bit before we sat down and started doing the NPR.
And,
there you go.
He's in the green room waiting right now.
I got to slow down.
You're excited. I mean, this is our biggest guest that we're gonna have on our show.
I'm just excited. I really am
stoked.
excited. I got to slow things down. So I want to do a little NPR. I'm just gonna throw out one Matt pays respect today to one person.
Matt pays respect. Sorry,
okay, you got it up there.
That was for myself.
This legitimately goes out to a good friend of mine. He's actually been on the podcast before. Eric Munoz.
Oh, yeah. Didn't he just fight?
He fought last night.
Oh, my God.
And he won. Second round submission.
What?
A move that he won with a move that I put him in often, so I feel like I taught it to him. That's what I want to pay. I actually want to pay respect to myself for teaching him that. No.
So he's got 2 for him, and
it was a head and arm choke. He got him in, and where this comes from, like where my Matt pays respect this comes from, is Eric Munoz is 100% a class act.
Yeah.
He trains harder than everyone says that. Everyone says, "Oh, he trains harder than anyone I know." Eric just constantly trains. He is constantly grinding. And he's not afraid of anyone. He's not afraid to just keep going. Like at one point he retired, and then he thought, "No, I'm not done yet." And he came back. He's in the best shape of his life.
Yeah,
he's in better. I mean, he was a Marine, and he's in as good or better shape than he was when he was.
That's true, yeah. Well, and I mean, when we did the interview, the podcast with him back at Foley's, it was intense. I think he smiled once.
And
that was when we talked about him beating that other guy. Like, he was like,
he's not. He doesn't smile in pictures.
No,
he won't do it. No. I can get him to smile a little bit.
He's the only one that didn't smile in the face-off pictures.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. And he's our only guest ever that hasn't smiled.
Yeah, that hasn't cracked before the face-off picture.
But he is a happy guy. He is a smiley guy. He just but he takes things very seriously.
Yeah.
He's in his 40s, and he goes in there with these young guys, and he just does work. So last night, he fought this young kid. And kid was a lot bigger than him.
Yeah.
A lot bigger than him. I mean, he probably was walking in. They weighed in at 185. He probably was walking into the ring at 205, 210.
Wow. Wow.
Big, young, hungry fighter.
Yeah.
And Eric went in, and just with calmness, like it's just another day in the office. Mm-hmm. Walks in and handles business. but where I respect Eric the most is that he is a good dad. He has a full-time job as a nurse. Like, he does everything in this, and then this he does everything, just on the up and up, but then he does all this fighting on top of that, and trains on top of that. And is the leader. He's the leader of our pack. He's the leader of our group. He makes sure everybody's okay. We have hardships, and Eric's the first one to be like, pull us all together. Okay, this is what we need to do. We need to get together for this guy. Hey, so and so's in a slump right now. We need to be there for him.
Yeah.
And so and so's got a fight coming up. We need to be there to train for him.
Yeah.
And I respect people like that who, have their passions, follow their passions, go after what they want, but at the same time handle their business. They don't leave anybody behind. They don't, and maybe that's his military background. He just doesn't leave anyone behind.
Yeah, that could be.
But he's just always on top of it. Always, he's just always there for other people. I don't know how many times I've heard of him being, giving IVs to other fighters because they after weigh-ins or stuff. Because that guy's like, I need an IV, and Eric jumps to it, or I need someone to corner me.
That could, and that mentality could be from the military, but also, I mean, if he's a trained nurse, that's like, you know what I mean. Yeah. That's the oath that they take as a medical professional is, you don't do harm.
But, so all these
except
things
for when you're beating his face in.
All these things that he has chosen, all these paths that he has chosen, are paths that are. Be there for the next person. Be there for someone. Exactly. Someone needs someone to corner him. Eric's there. Someone needs this. He's there. And it's people like that who inspire me. It's people like that who motivate me. It's people like that who I want to surround myself with. Mm-hmm. You look at him and you just think, oh, grumpy old curmudgeon old man, just this, but he really is just a great dude, a great man. And I just want to pay my respect to Eric Munoz for going out there and doing the damn thing last night.
Good job, man. NPR. Congratulations. That's awesome.
All right, everybody stay tuned. When we come back, we'll be with Jose Haro.
Dude, I'm so stoked. I'm going to go see him.
Okay. And we're here with the champ, Jose Haro. Man, before I even get into any of this at all, I think people need to understand how legit you are. You coming in ranked number 14 in the world.
Yeah.
Okay, biggest guest we've had yet. Most accomplished guest we've ever had. It's an honor to have you here.
Oh,
legit.
Thank you.
Legit.
I appreciate that.
Okay. We're here at our home, Athletic Republic. Had you hanging out with Devin? We found out you guys have family from the same place. Is that you and Devin have family from the same? Didn't he say he had?
No.
No.
No, Devin.
The trainer.
No. It's Oh yeah. Actually, yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, too many history.
Yeah, I know. You just met a bunch of people all at once.
So I guess his relatives are from Washington, the area where
you were born.
I grew up. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. So normally, you've done. I don't know how many interviews you've probably done in your life, but you always get the goofy questions at the end because they're always like, oh, we want our fans to get to know you. We do those at the beginning.
Okay.
We do those at the first to get out of the way, get everybody kind of relaxed and easy laughing. So they're just dumb questions. They're not serious. Don't put a lot of thought into them. Don't put too much into it. But we call it the triple threat throwdown. Nick throws a little graphic up, and so they're dumb for real. Don't think too much.
Right
Okay.
I hate getting put on the spot.
You hate it, but this is for you.
Now I'm nervous.
Okay.
I'm like,
well, since
don't be nervous.
since you've traveled quite a few places due to boxing, what if you could get rid of any state, what would it be? Just get rid of it. It's gone off the map.
I'm gonna say 3 states.
Do it.
Philadelphia, New York, and California.
Wow.
Those are the
East
biggest.
And West Coast. Okay.
Those are the biggest.
I gotta know
ones.
what's the reasoning behind that.
So many people.
Yeah, there's too many people.
There's too many people, and
whoa.
I like to. I get excited when I'm around a whole bunch of people. And it's that would be my pick.
Oh wow.
Less is more mentality kind of.
You really just took out most of the United States.
I know,
most of the population.
I feel bad now for saying that.
And I didn't say we're in all the people were gonna leave. So now they just are spread out. Now Utah's gonna get 1 million more people thanks to you just getting rid of all that. No, that's okay. All right, but it has nothing to do with
Utah's. It's not far behind.
Oh really?
Oh,
yeah.
now whoa.
Utah. No. I'm just saying people wise.
It's growing. It's growing. In this area right here where we're sitting right now, I think Google just bought. Was it Nick? Was it Google that bought? Amazon bought a bunch of property out here, and they're going to build out here, and there's going to be a bunch of jobs.
I think they already did.
Yeah.
I think they're building.
In the works. Yeah.
I think the plants and it's going to be in West Valley.
So we're going to have a bunch of people out here. You're going to have to move to New Mexico.
Probably Idaho.
Yes.
That's the one I would take off. If I was in charge, I would take Idaho off.
No, you would not.
Country life,
Yeah.
I'm with you. See, I'm with Jose on this one.
My goal is
country girl.
I told my wife because we just purchased our second home, and I'm like, let's be here for 5-6 years, maybe 7 tops, and then I want to give myself a ranch. At least 5 acres.
Yes.
I wouldn't see my neighbors from a distance. I'm like, oh hey, Yeah, leave me alone, please.
No.
You know?
See that ranch life.
I'm a city boy.
Yes.
I'll live in a condo the rest of my life. Have neighbors sharing a wall.
No.
Oh man,
No, no.
that's nuts.
I hate that.
I love people.
So
I love
claustrophobic.
people. I love people. My job is talking to people. I love people. I want to talk to people all day. That's all I want to do.
I just want to go in my backyard. If I feel like drinking a beer, I just don't want my neighbors all over my business.
Yeah.
You know.
You don't want them asking for a beer? You don't want them asking?
You're going to hell for that. Okay, sorry. Stop making me feel guilty.
Yeah. Okay, all right. You like your privacy. I can respect that. All right, next question. What song best describes your work ethic?
Shoot.
Now you're telling me how you hate training, so it's got to be a country song or you're laid back.
Like, what song describes my work ethic?
Yeah.
Shoot. I'm going to just say oldies.
Just anything? Oldies?
Anything oldies.
Okay. Just blue collar, just get to work. Do what you got to do.
Yeah.
How old are we talking? Are we talking like Marvin Gaye oldies? Or are we talking like?
No, we're talking about like Temptations.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
the Gap Band, even from the 70s. Like oldies are fun.
Yeah.
You know.
See, now I grew up listening to oldies, and it just blows my mind because you look so young. I don't think that you're only 2 years younger than me. You look so young, dude. You got great
5
genetics.
kids.
You blew Wex's. You
Yeah.
blew Wex's mind when
Seriously,
you
I
told
was
me
like,
you're
oh, 2
31.
years out of high school. Oh, like,
With
oh, okay,
5
this kid's like
kids.
set a name for himself. No.
Yeah.
Hey, but
He's older than me.
My little
5
body
kids.
feels it now, though. I wake up in the morning. I'm like, oh, my back.
Yeah.
crap.
Your body
Yeah,
definitely.
that's true.
Your body's definitely the first thing to feel it. Yeah, for sure. But you look young. So I when you're like, oh, I listen to oldies, I'm like, man, where did he even hear oldies?
But I also gotta throw my Spanish music in there. Like I listen to like the oldies.
Oh yeah, you
Spanish,
posted
you
the
know.
funniest video on your Instagram the other day. The Afro Mexican. What was it?
Yup. Bronco.
Yeah.
It was like he's like the first Afro Mexican, to celebrity in my eyes. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure there's many more, but.
No, that was great. You were like, I don't know, I can't remember what
But
you
I have
were.
an
Like,
uncle. He looks just like him. He's dark.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, slick.
Yup.
Did he wear the blue?
And he used to play in the band because my dad and they used to play in a band together.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so.
That's awesome. So did he actually like? Was that like his inspiration? Like he wanted to be that guy?
No, he was actually like they made a whole record and everything.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, I'm pretty sure Bronco did it first, but they obviously Bronco they made it big time. They're legends. You know what I mean? They're legends.
Yeah.
Their music is gonna be. I'm gonna pass on their music to my kids. And my kids is probably gonna pass it on to their kids.
Dude, you're a legacy guy. I know that. Just talking to you out there, you're all about legacy. You're all about passing things on. We'll talk about that, especially with that belt we got. That belt we got, big old shiny belt we got up there. But you're a guy that you definitely are all about like leave a lasting impression. I like it. That's a good mentality to have. All right, last stupid question. What's your best MacGyver moment? So I know you're a dad. You probably had to put some toys together, and I know every time I put toys together for my daughter, there's always one thing that's wrong with it. Like a wheel is missing, and I have to MacGyver.
But did you read the directions?
And I have no.
That's why.
No, I glance at them.
Reading directions.
I glance at them.
Same here.
Yeah. So what's your best MacGyver? It doesn't even have to be your toys, but just anytime you had to like toss something together, and then you're like, that worked out.
Nothing really works out for my kids. You know what I mean? I decorated my son's room with all his superheroes, and I put like Black Panther, that's his favorite superhero, up on the wall. But he was just barely waking up, and I grabbed him, and I'm like, this is it. He's gonna love it.
Yeah.
He's a little a-hole.
He wasn't about it.
He didn't give a damn.
He wasn't about it.
He's like, you woke me up for this? I was all excited.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, oh man, I can't wait to wake up. He's gonna love
That
this.
kills me. How old is he?
He's 4.
4. Oh.
And he just was not impressed.
He was like, and I'm like, son, you don't like this? Like,
No.
my thumbs hurt from my hanging all these frames, but but it's all right.
Yeah. No, I had one of those moments. Well, one of those.
My thumbs hurt.
One of those moments just this morning with my daughter. I was actually, the reason I was like 5 minutes late is because I made her breakfast. I was all excited, you know. I made her breakfast, and she's like, "Nah, I don't want this." And she does that a lot, and then I'll make her whatever because I want her to eat. So, but what I get upset about is when she'll just take it, like she can't even have it in front of her. So she'll just like hold it out, and I was like, "Don't you drop that on the floor?" And she just boop drops her cereal on the floor. And so I was like, "Okay, you're in timeout," and I scoot her chair away from the TV. I scoot her chair like into the center of the kitchen. I was like, "Okay, you're in timeout now." And I was like, "You need to say you're sorry for throwing cereal on the floor." And she wouldn't say she's sorry. And I was like, "Say you're sorry." And I was like, and she knew, like she had total, she's 2.5, but she had total comprehension of what was going on. And I was like, "Say you're sorry." And she just wouldn't. And she would say anything, she'd like point at a banana. I'm like, "You want a banana?" And she's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Just say you're sorry and you get a banana." She just look away. And I'm like, what is oh man, I was so upset. I was so mad. Just say you're sorry.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was.
She's what, 2?
2.5.
Jeez, that's terrible twos. That's what they do.
She needed to say just 2 words. "I'm sorry." And then I broke down to the point where I was like, just shake your head. Just shake your head. And just say, "Yes, I'm sorry." Like, just shake your head. And she wouldn't do it, dude.
You gave in. You probably give her a hug and a
No,
kiss.
I didn't give in. I didn't give in. Grandma
Good for you.
Grandma came to watch her, and I was like, she doesn't leave until she says she's sorry. And I was like, I know she's mad at me, so she's not gonna say it in front of me, and that's okay. But she needs to say those words, and she'll say them to you, whatever, because she's not mad at you. So she just needed to say those words. She needs to learn how to say "I'm sorry." People need to know how to say "I'm sorry." So sure. I gotta teach her at a young age, and I hate it. I hate doing it, but I was like, but she knew what was going on, and that was what the power struggle became. Was like, she knows that she's not gonna say it. She knows it. So that was I was like,
Good
man,
for
little
you.
kids, man, little kids. So your little 4-year-old waking up and like, "I'm not impressed." It's because he knew you wanted him to be impressed.
Yeah, but he was like, once he was like fully awake, he was all happy. He's like, he came and grabbed me. He's like, "Look, Dad, Black Panther, Iron Man," and I'm like, "But you should have done this when I was like, recording." I wanted to.
He's like, "Dad, you woke me up, man."
I was trying to put this on social media.
Yeah, you had that moment,
Which I did,
Shattered expectations.
But it's like, you know,
Yeah.
I can't show my son that I'm hurt.
Yeah.
But he's a little a-hole. I call him a little a-hole because he is.
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah. But were you when you were younger? What were you like?
I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't think I was an a-hole.
No.
Nah. I think I was always like, I don't know. I guess I care for trying to make people happy all the time.
Yeah.
You know.
I was gonna say, you don't seem like the kind of person to have been an a-hole in your kid.
Yeah, like I always
Were you?
go on with everybody. I will always have a good attitude. Like always try to be happy.
So do you have a kid and your 5 children? Do you have one that like you can like is like that's me when I was younger? You can like see the reflection of yourself in them.
I think my oldest.
Yeah.
Because she's like, I feel like she has my sense of humor. Like she does things, and I'm like, she just makes me laugh.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's something I would do.
Yeah.
I'm doing that, so that's my stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's why I just had one and was done because I can see myself in my daughter like quite a bit.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm good. I got one just like me, and I'm gonna leave it at that. You got 5. That's insane.
Yeah.
That's insane.
I just
How do you do it?
I knew that was coming.
Nah, how do you do it?
I knew that was coming.
But of course, man.
To be honest with you, I just take it day by day.
Yeah.
And it is hard sometimes, but I feel like people can make it harder on themselves.
Yeah.
I just let my kids be kids.
Yeah.
You know, like I mean, obviously that I'm showing them to respect others and manners and stuff like that, and we just take it day by day.
Yeah.
I'm trying to raise my kids the way I was kind of raised. You know, like I grew up with watching scary movies.
Yeah.
And my kids love scary movies.
Yeah.
And I don't see nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
You know, and I swear in front of my kids, but not at them, but like it comes out.
In your conversation.
And yet, I just feel like when the kids hear it, they know not to be saying that because they know that's a bad word. And I feel like when kids don't ever hear it, I feel like when they leave their house, they're saying it all the time.
Oh yeah.
Like I got some relatives that they're like really strict with their kids, and they're like, my kids will never say that. I'm like, these kids over here just dropping the F-bomb everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, holy.
Yeah. So, it's when you make it that forbidden fruit, then they're like, oh, Dad's not watching, now I can do it.
Right.
But if you just teach them, hey, you know, I'm kind of on the same boat, you know. I mean, my daughter's 2.5, so she's not really picking up. I think she's starting to pick up like the cussing that I say around her, and so now I'm like having to watch it a little bit. But I definitely don't ever want it to be like, don't say this, don't ever talk like that, because then she's going to the minute she's not around me. And most kids aren't around their parents. They're around their parents less time than they are around their friends, you know, so they're going to be saying it more. So it's just like, you know, I of course there's no like handbook of parenting, but I like that style a lot better. I think it makes your kids you develop a closer relationship with your kids because they don't feel like they have to be sneaky behind your back. Yep. So I do definitely.
That's exactly how I feel.
Yeah.
Like yesterday, I let my kids watch Deadpool with me.
Yeah.
I know, but it's. I don't know. It's
like
just,
it?
Oh, my
Nick's a huge Deadpool fan. He just celebrated that.
Yeah. My oldest, she's like, Dad, I love Deadpool. He's my favorite hero. And I'm like, give me a hug.
Get over here.
Oh, give me a hug. Give me a hug.
Get over here. Yeah. No, I do. I mean, I think that's something they're gonna appreciate, is like moments that they were, you know, sharing with their dad that they was doing adult things or whatever, you know, like Dad wasn't afraid to be a friend, you know. Then they're gonna feel more comfortable with you. They're gonna be able to come up and talk to you when situations are real, you know, because it wasn't something that you hid. You didn't hide that part of your life from them. You shared it with them. So then they're gonna be able to share that part with you, and I think you're gonna be able to have a better relationship with your kids. Again, I don't know. I'm not the expert on this, but that's how I want to raise my daughter.
That's the way I look at it. There's obviously, when we're watching certain movies, there's certain scenes they can't see, but it sucks because we're in the couch laying down. We gotta get up, can't find the controller. Like,
how are you gonna cover 10 eyes at once?
Like, I'm not really worried about Louis. He's my 1-year-old. He's still small.
Yeah.
Riley, he's 4, so. Because he's already like, he'll say shit.
Yeah.
Like when he's playing, he's like shit. And I'm like,
once you reach 4 years old.
Like, okay, Mijo, don't be saying that. That's okay.
Yeah.
Only Daddy can say that.
Yeah.
But so that one kind of, you know.
But it's so funny when little kids swear.
No, it is, because I laugh and I'm like, I can't believe he said that. Like, one time we were training. I took my son. This is like 2 years ago. My son Riley was 2, and we were taking pictures with I had my boxing trunks and, you know, my jacket. Same thing with my son. We were matching, and Riley wouldn't want to shadow box. He always shadow box. Just that one day was being an a-hole. Like he when he wants, you know. Yeah. And I'm like, son, shadow box. We're gonna take this picture. Your mom's recording us. And then my daughter didn't know, but she's like, Riley, stop being a pussy.
Oh.
And I started I started laughing.
Yeah.
But I was like, you can't say that. So she started crying.
Yeah.
And I had to hear from my wife. She's like, see, this is why you gotta watch what you say. But I'm like, babe, it was a mistake. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, but she didn't know what that meant.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And kids are so, like 4 to 6 years old, they're very moldable, you know. And it's one of those, they just imitate what they see, they regurgitate what they see, you know. So it's one of those, like, you kind of just, you know, it sounds like you're doing it, you know. You teach by example, you know. Like, you're just like, oh, I'm going to try to teach you, like, the morals, right and wrong from wrong, you know. And then lead by example and hope for the best. It's all you can really do, you know. You can't micromanage your child's progress, you know.
No. Yeah, I feel like I'm doing a good part so far, because when I give them something, they know to say thank you or may I please, you know. You know, you can't just ask somebody to give you this. You're like, you know, ask nicely or care for others, you know, and sharing is caring.
Yeah.
But it said, like, if you're drinking out of a water bottle, you don't share that with everybody. Like, you know, like, maybe with your brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
You know, it's different, but.
No, man, since you've been here, I've heard you say, like, man, I got 5 kids I got to take care of. Like, you can tell right away. I mean, I think I can. You can tell right away somebody who's, you know, someone who's cares about their kids. Someone who, like, their kids are their life, or that, you know, what they're doing, everything that they're working on. is for their kids. And like I said, I've heard you say it like so many times since we basically have done 2 interviews today because we chatted for like an hour before you got when you first got here. But like how many times I heard you say like, man, I got 5 kids I got to take care of. I got 5 kids I got to take care of. Like you can just tell the type of people like the effort they put into to take care of their kids. And man, I think you're doing it right, man. So honestly, like I think you got a good head on your shoulders as far as like parenting goes. You know, I got nothing but respect for that. Like as a father, man, it's good to see other fathers out there, because you don't know how many times I hear people talk about how, you know, terrible fathers are. You know, as a single man, you know, I'll meet a girl, talk to her, and I'll, you know, I tell her I'm with my daughter every day, and they're like, what? And they're like blown away, and I'm like, I can't imagine a life without seeing my kid every day. You know, I can't imagine that life. And so to see another father who stepped up to the plate, doing their thing, man, I got nothing but respect for that.
Thank you. Yeah. I appreciate it.
All right, that got deep. Real quick on the silly questions. So now I'm gonna tell how the rest of the interview is gonna go. The next thing I like to do, real quick, 30 seconds. Okay, I need 30 seconds from you. It doesn't have to be the full 30 seconds.
Please don't make me freestyle.
No.
We're gonna do it now.
No. So we're gonna say we're in the future, all right? And there's a president of the world, okay? Someone took over the world, all right? And he's gonna turn on the loudspeakers for the world to listen. And he says, Jose, you got 30 seconds to send a message to the world, to say whatever you want to the entire world, okay? So this is what you get: 30 seconds to share anything you want with the entire world. I know you hate getting put on the spot, but this is 30 seconds. You don't have to take up the 30 seconds. You can do it in 5. But you have 30 seconds total. You tell me when you're ready, and we're gonna give you the countdown, and then you tell me when you're ready.
I'm probably gonna keep it nice and simple.
I like it.
And short.
I like it.
Help each other out. That's it.
That's it. I like it, man. That's beautiful.
I love it.
I like it.
I believe we're here for a reason, and that's the reason.
Yes.
To help each other out.
And we're all here together, man. So why not help each other out?
Exactly.
Dude, I like it. I respect that. That's good. You don't need 30
I feel like
seconds.
the president right now.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Help each other out.
So how does that play into, like, if you're, like, people who you're competing against, you know? Like, I don't know if you see, like, other people as, like, rivals or anything, you know? But I know that, like, with boxing, it's incredibly competitive, you know?
He lets them get a hit. He lets them get one punch. That's all the help they get.
He's like, that's the help that I just let him hit once. I did my part. No, but you know what I mean? Like, I just feel like everyone that I talk to, it's just like, it's competition. Everything they do in life is competing. It's something that I've, like, been thinking about a ton with, you know? And I'm like, man, what do I compete with people with, you know? Like, so how do you keep that, like mantra? Like, how do you know what I mean? Like, especially as a boxer.
Well, like with helping people out, you know, you're that's your thing. We're all here to help each other out. But also, when you're in competition, you don't want to help out. You don't want to help them out.
Yeah.
So how do you make that differential?
I don't know. Like, that's just different. It's just I think there's like 2 ways to look at it. You know what I mean? Or like, if I'm fine, obviously that's competition. Like, right. It's a lot different. But if someone needs my help in a different way, like if he needs some food or some clothes, and if I'm able to provide that and help out, then I'll help out in that way.
Yeah.
But competing, it's like you're competing. Like,
yeah. I'm sure you've had after a fight, or even like a year or so, a former opponent come up and ask you pointers or ask you what they did, if they had any tells or anything like that.
Yeah.
I mean, are you like, nah, I'm not gonna help. I'm not gonna tell you.
Oh, for sure. I will always give tips.
Yeah.
Even when, like, my sparring partners, when I spar, I always give them tips. Or even if he's a rookie, I'll even let him. I'll ask him. I'm like, hey, did you see anything that I'm doing wrong?
Yeah.
Because any help helps. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anything helps. And I'm a true believer. If your sparring partner ain't getting any better, you ain't getting any better, because you're going in there beating up your sparring partner, you're not learning anything. You're just picking up those old habits. But if you start telling your sparring partner, like every time I spar my sparring partners, I always tell them, I'm like, hey man, you're doing a lot better this time, or hey, I can feel your punches like a lot stronger, or your jab, and I couldn't get my rhythm today because of your jab.
Yeah.
You know, like, or I couldn't get my rhythm going because of your combinations. You kept on your combinations, and I couldn't, you know, because we're both, man. If he thinks less than me, then it is what it is. I'm trying to help myself out too, you know. So
yeah.
Yeah.
So do you go through a lot of different training partners? Have you had the same training partners? Like, do you keep them around for a long time? How do you work with training partners? Do you bring in new guys depending on who you're fighting, or do you stick with do you have, you know, pretty much the same you know, unit of guys over and over again?
I normally just try to keep the same, but it just you have to mix it up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
if I'm the same
timing
guy,
down and
yeah, because let's say like my last fight, I had to spar people that were actually tall, because the guy that I fought, he was like 5'10".
Okay.
So I had to spar.
I'm glad you said that's tall, because people don't think I'm very tall. I'm 5'10", so I'm glad you said that's tall.
Well, he was like 5'11" and a half.
Oh, okay, so 5'10" short. I got you.
No, but you just have to find that, like, if I'm finding somebody with a lot of power, I'm gonna try to look for a sparring partner that hits hard, you know, that has heavy hands. Because when you spar somebody that doesn't hit hard, you're most likely gonna stay there, because he's not really hitting you hard. But if you spar somebody that's hitting you hard, you're gonna try to hit and move. You know, so yeah.
Do you have any like of your partners that are like, they've been with you from the beginning, they're still here?
Nah, a lot of them just left boxing.
Yeah.
Some of them just left. They have families now, and
I mean, you've been doing it for how long?
Since I was 12. I'm 31.
Yeah, so you've been at it for a while.
So yeah, like a lot of the guys that I kind of grew up boxing, training together, they work and they take care of their family. I guess I was lucky enough to keep going.
Yeah. No, I just know with myself, with the guys I train with, like, they're always like, yeah, you need to get in the cage. I'm like, no, that's not where my passion is. But my passion is to be the best training partner for you guys. Like, I want to push you guys so hard that when you get in the fight, it's easy. And so that's my goal. Like, I go around training at other gyms, training with other people, not because I really care to, like, ever do it again, but I want them to be successful. I want them to succeed. And like you said, if I'm not getting better, then they ain't getting better. So like, I work hard just to get them better. So I always have a soft spot in my heart for training partners, the ones that don't get in there, the ones that aren't like on the show, because I know the work that it takes to make someone a champion, or to you know, help someone get better. And it's like, you know, I don't know. I like sparring partners. They're your brothers, man. They're your brothers. Like, you know them inside and out. Like, you get to know their whole entire life, because you spend so much time together, and you guys bleed and sweat and, you know, go through it together. So
exactly,
you get that good group around you. There's nothing better than that. So I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, I got caught up on it. Anyways, man, let's talk about this shiny belt we got here, because this is what we're talking about. Legacy. This belt. The first thing you said to me, I want you to repeat that. When you talked about the legends that have held this belt.
Yeah, well, I'm proud to win this belt, you know, because obviously winning this belt, you have to be one of the best, especially in the U.S. and your weight class. And just to know these legends, Hall of Famers, Shane Mosley, Pernell Whitaker, Evander Holyfield, they have won this belt. So it's kind of cool that my name will go, you know, with him, to, like, even when I'm done with boxing, I can always say, hey, I won one of the biggest belts you can win in the U.S. And I'm proud of that, you know.
And you should,
especially
be,
like, no one gave me a shot to win.
Hey, you said you usually go in the underdog.
Always.
And to have this belt, and you know, I wouldn't say I'm a follower of boxing. I definitely will from time to time pay attention to it. When back in the day I was watching Tyson, but every name that you mentioned are names that I've heard before. So that just goes to show how big this belt is. That these guys have won it and what they've gone on to go to do, and then that your name is in that line. That's why I wanted to, before the show even started, I'm like, listen, like, this dude, this is legit. Like, this is as top level as you can get. You fought the top guys, and that's just, I mean, that's so impressive, man. Like, you came from here. You're from here. This is your hometown, and again, even being from here is probably one of the reasons you become an underdog, right? We've talked about that. Coming from Utah, the promotions in Utah and going out and fighting out of state, like, what is that? What is that like? What is it like going in and having people look like not even give you a chance just because of where you're from?
At first, it felt great because they're like, "Oh man, this guy's from Utah. You're gonna wife this kid," And once I get the results, I win, and after I get done with the fight, everybody comes. You're probably not from Utah. Like, you live there, but you're not. You're probably born in California or whatever.
There's got to be another reason you're that.
Oh yeah,
good.
yeah. So I also. It's just Utah. A lot of Utah fighters have a bad. We just have a reputation, and people don't give us that respect. I feel like now Utah, like, people are getting to know Utah fighters a little bit more. But the thing is, some of these Utah fighters, they need to step out. They need to go out there, because I feel like when you fight here locally all the time, you're creating just bad habits for yourself. And when it's time for you to compete, you're not going to get the results you're looking for, and this guy's going to be like 3 levels above you.
Yeah.
And and then you know why.
Is there a fighting style that, like, is Utah fighters gravitate towards?
Just basic. I feel like some of these Utah fighters are just. No, I'm not saying just. I don't want to sound like disrespecting Utah fighters.
Right.
I'm not about that, but. I feel like Utah fighters, some fighters are just like basic, just 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. There's no like, where's the head movement? Where's like uppercuts, hooks to the body? And like when you go to California or New Mexico, Colorado, like boxing states, you see these guys are throwing beautiful combinations. Hooks, uppercuts, and. I'm not saying all Utah fighters. There's some Utah fighters.
Right, of course. But in general.
In general, yes.
Because in general, in Utah MMA, a lot of wrestlers. There's a lot of wrestler-based. And so that going into most fights, guys probably got decent wrestling. So when you fight a Utah fighter, he's, in general, he's probably going to throw a lot of 1s or 2s.
Yeah, 1s, 2s, no head movement. Or, there's nothing fancy about this guy. It's just
So is that something you work on is that something you worked on early on when you were just fighting a lot of Utah fighters? You were like, I got to do shoulder rolls, I got to be throwing uppercuts, moving my head, because that's what sets you apart from other Utah fighters?
I think so. I used to train with my dad. When I first started, I was 12 years old. And my dad was my trainer for a few years. And we went 21-0 with my dad. Yeah. And but my dad used to take us to Washington State, Idaho, California, New Mexico, pretty much all the West Coast states every single weekend in the summer, and that's why I feel like I was able to get so many fights. Yeah. And I was able to get my skills, obviously, from my dad. But when you go to different states, you see other fighters, and if you'll see something that you like. You're like, oh man, I like the way he throws his uppercut, and he'll come back to the body, and he'll come back upstairs. Yeah. And you'll pick it up. And you're like, okay, that worked for me. Yeah. I'm gonna keep doing that. Sometimes it backfires. You're like, no, but you want to try this stuff in sparring. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. And if it don't work for you, you throw that out. But if it keeps working, you keep doing that. Yeah.
Yeah. There's one shot that breaks my heart because of my stance. I can't land it as good as I want. But that Mike Tyson hook to the body uppercut with the right. Yep. I wish I could land that. I practice it all the time, but because of my stance, I can't land it as clean, and it breaks my heart because I love that thing. I love that shot. But so there are fighters that, of course, you're gonna have probably big names and probably not as big names. So I'm gonna ask you this question: what big name fighter that probably everyone knows do you like emulate or do you look up to, and you try to you know that's the one you're like, man, I would love to fight like that?
I used to like Marquez.
Okay.
Juan Manuel Marquez. I used to like De La Hoya too.
Okay.
But I used to like Marquez. Like I used to like his style. My dad used to always tell me, look at him, son. Like when he throws 6 punches, he's making sure he's gonna land those 6 punches. 'Cause my dad always told me, if you throw and you miss, you're gonna get tired faster. And then when you throw power shots and you miss, you're gonna get tired even a lot faster. So I used to like watch Marquez because when he used to throw like 6 punches or 8, they all landed, you know.
Yeah.
So his target was always on point, and it was rare to see. It was like rare to see him miss.
Yeah.
So
it's just
that's the one. Yeah, accuracy. I used to love watching him fight.
So is there an up and comer right now that you're looking at that you're like, ooh, I like that style?
Nah.
Just you?
Nah, now I just worry about myself.
Yeah.
Like I just I respect all fighters.
Right.
But I want to be me.
You want to be.
I don't want to
have your own style.
Yeah, I have my own style, and it's crazy because a lot of fighters will have like the same style, but it's still different in a way, you know, because it's obviously their style.
Yeah.
But there's some they're like, holy crap, he fights just like Tyson.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Which wouldn't be bad.
Yeah, which wouldn't be bad. But you have to have that mentality. Like I'm gonna have to go knock this guy out because if I don't knock him out within 2 rounds, he's knocking me out.
Yeah.
You know,
because he's throwing everything.
Mike Tyson did. If you see his fights, Mike Tyson did so well because he came at you, try to kill you. But once he didn't knock you out within like the first 4-6 rounds, it kind of, you know, it was kind of game over for Mike Tyson.
Yeah. Because he's one of those styles, like, you know, what your dad taught. Like, if you miss and you throw everything into it, you're going to get a lot more tired. So if you had someone that could move and you would miss, he's going to be tired.
Even if me and you, like, fought and I threw, like...
You keep bringing that up, man. We're not going to fight.
No. If I threw 20 power punches at you, you're still here.
Yeah.
Believe me, bro, I'm going to be tired.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's always, you know, when I watch these amateur fights, especially amateur boxing, it kind of kills me because you got the headgear on. And so they're wanting to hit hard because they're like, I got headgear on, he's protected, so I'm going to throw everything I can into these punches. And so they do, and then it's just like, amateur boxing, I don't know, I haven't been able to really become a fan of of amateur boxing. And maybe it's just because of the shows I've gone to, but it's like all headshots, as hard as they can, as fast as they can, and they're just gassed by the 3rd round, and then it's ugly boxing after that. I mean, if you had your dream scenario, how would they do away with headgear in amateur boxing? Like, how could they fix amateur boxing so it could be more? Because I don't feel it's really conducive to what pro boxing is. I don't feel like it really prepares people for pro boxing. Do you feel that way, or am I totally wrong, or?
I don't know. I think it does in a way,
okay,
but it doesn't because there's a lot of good amateur fighters that were so good in the amateurs, but once they turn pro, they're not good. Some of them can't take a shot, you know, because obviously the head is going to protect you somewhat.
Yeah.
I mean, you're getting punched, so it hurts.
Yeah.
But some fighters in the amateurs, they're not as good in amateurs, but once they turn pro, they're really good.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know. It's kind of hard to.
Yeah. I know with myself. I know that I try to be a patient fighter. I try to counter quite a bit. And I don't feel like in amateur boxing that's like a reality, unless you're fighting someone else who I guess kind of thinks or feels the same way. But a lot of these shows I've seen people just go in and it's just robots. Yeah, rock'em sock'em robots, and I'm like, man, that's not preparing you for what a real boxing match is going to be like.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's I know exactly what you're talking about, but when someone does, like when you see someone fighting the amateurs that goes body, because my dad always told me, if you start from the bottom, you finish on top. If you start on top, you finish at the bottom.
Okay.
So you know.
Yeah, you're mixing it. You're changing levels.
Yeah, head, body,
yeah.
always.
Yeah.
Yeah. So And when you do catch a fighter like that, you're like, oh snap! Like, and then you will remember that guy's name.
Yeah.
So when he does fight in the amateurs again, you're like, man, like check this guy. This guy's good.
Yeah.
Like, let's watch him fight.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, I was always curious about that because, like, you know, I definitely am interested in boxing, especially training out at Foley's. There's a lot of boxers out there. He trains with a lot of boxers, and I watch him, and you know, I see him, you know, shadow boxing. I see him hitting the bag, and I'm like, okay, like he's got it. And then I see the amateur fight, and I'm like, that's not what you were just doing, man. That's not what you were practicing for.
Yeah.
You know, you weren't like, why don't you just practice going, you know, crazy on, you know? And so I'm just like, to me, there's always just like a disconnect between the amateur. But I knew that there was another level. Like there were guys that. Because there's sometimes I would see it in an amateur fight where a guy would come out and you look like he wanted to be patient. He wanted to be, you know, he wanted to pick his shots. But then the other guy's coming at him and it's a point game, you know.
Yep.
If the other guy lands 300 shots, even if they don't do anything, he's probably going to get it, you know.
Yeah, so it just depends. Like, so I'm going to be honest with you.
Okay.
It's, like you always have a game plan.
Uh-huh.
Once you get hit, that shit goes right out the window.
Yeah, I know.
Right out the, you're in there survivor mode. You're like, oh. But some fighters, like I feel like myself, we can control, like, you know, like you know. But when you have a fighter that's just on you, throwing like everything at you, it's kind of hard because you can't relax in there. You can't. And that's why I feel like some of these amateur fights, they just go at it because one guy's trying to you know, pick his shots.
Yeah.
This guy's coming at him.
Yeah.
With everything he has, and they only have like a minute. You know, so
yeah, no, I know that saying everyone has a plan, they get punched in the face is to a T what happened in my fight. It was to a T. I had this game plan. I was going to take him down. Like I was going to hit him with a knee to the body. I was going to crumple him. Then I was going to do a cattle collar or something like that. I was going to take him down. I'm going to get on the ground and pound and finish the fight. He hit me in the face. Never. I didn't throw no knees. I didn't try to take him down one time. It was all headshots after that. So I know exactly what that feeling. It's true. Like, because I had no experience. So when did you? So obviously, at the beginning, that was probably a reality to you. You know. Now you said that now you can stick to your game plan a little more. When do you think you got to that evolution to where you could be like, I got hit in the face, and now I'm going to stick to my game plan still?
Honestly. I think from the beginning,
really,
my first fight, I was never like I always try to pick my shots.
Okay.
You know, like I think just my dad, my younger brother used to train at the time, you know, and I think my dad just prepared us so well, and he told us, if you get hit, don't lose your cool. Just know you can get him better.
Yeah.
So I was like, I live by that. So
that's
like,
good.
Because I live by the triple C's, cool, calm, and collective. You know, if I get hit, I'm just like, I don't really get mad. I get mad because no one has to get hit.
Yeah.
But I'm like, oh, you mother. Just wait until I get you back.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But I just try.
But you're waiting. You wait.
But I try to relax because I feel like if you get hit and you get angry, you're throwing all these shots from everywhere, and you're opening up yourself to get tagged with something.
And your body gets tight.
Yep.
And you're throwing shorter shots.
You're not thinking. You're fighting with anger.
Yeah.
I honestly, I don't think I have ever fought with anger.
I was just going to ask if you ever fought. Do you ever think you've ever gotten there? But no.
No, I get angry in the ring because when you get hit, man, no one likes to get hit. Especially when you get hit in the body. That's the worst because you can't do nothing.
Yeah.
You can't do nothing about it.
Yeah.
And but I just try to keep my cool and.
What do you do? Like, how do you do that? How do you keep like that anger under wraps? You know, and just.
You just have to find a way. I don't know how I do it. Like I do get angry when I spar. Like I can't when I'm sparring, I can't get my flow going. Obviously, because my sparring partners are doing something that day. Let's say I beat my sparring partners all the time, but that day I can't get my flow going because he's doing something good.
Yeah.
You know, he has his jab on point, or he's throwing good combinations. He's in and out moving.
Yeah.
So like there's times I do get frustrated. But I just make sure if this is going to happen, it's going to happen in sparring. Like if I get knocked out, if I get hit with the body shot, if I get tagged, I'd rather let it happen in sparring.
Yeah.
Not in the ring.
Yeah. So you've brought up twice now the jab. you've brought up like the jab throwing. Like, how important is a jab? Because the guys that I train with, I'm always like, establish the jab, throw that out there, just throw it out there, keep throwing it out there, because it's going to throw their timing off. So from a champ, from someone this is their life, I need you to talk to my partners and everyone I box and tell me how.
He's like, I'm looking for a little validation.
Yeah, I want some validation of
of
how important that jab is.
That's your number one weapon. Your jab sets everything up. Like, if my opponent is right here, and if I'm throwing my jab and I'm like a foot away, why am I going to throw my right hand? Why? Like, if I can't touch him with my jab, there's no need for me to throw my right hand, because I'm going to throw it and I'm going to miss. He's going to step out. He's going to come back. But if like, I use 3 jabs. I throw the slap jab.
Okay.
It's just kind of like kind of measuring them.
Yeah.
You know, and then there's the stiff jab when you throw your jab, but you're committing your step, like you step. And then there's that jab, let me get my breather jab. I mean, let me take that back. That's the slapping jab, when you kind of slap and kind of moving, trying to get a breather. But then there's the jab that you throw to measure him. Measure him, and as soon as you can touch his gloves, because majority of the time your opponent's gonna kind of tap it, and once he's doing that, that's when you can throw your
throw your power in it,
throw your combination. And but I'm a believer that the jab sets everything up, you know.
Yeah.
But if you have speed like lightning, then you can probably throw your right hand from a distance, and then dip, you know. But you have to be quick.
Yeah.
You can't just throw your right hand, and you're not that fast. You're gonna get tagged.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Well, that's what I need. Yeah, that's what I need my boys to know. Because like even last night in the fight, he went in the second round, and I was like, establish your jab. Like, you didn't even throw a jab in the first round. Like, you threw a hook, and then you guys got in close and got a little scramble, and then you went to the ground. I was like, you didn't even throw a jab. Like, establish your jab. If you're punching him in the face every time, and like I always try to watch like them loading up on their shots, because it's amateur MMA, so a lot of these guys are loading up on their shots. So as soon as I can tell they're loading up, I'm yelling fire, fire, and I just want them to throw that jab, because if you're loading up and then you get caught with a jab every time, you're never gonna get off. You're never gonna get that shot off. So I love the jab, and I'm always like throw the jab. So, and I just thought, since you mentioned it twice in like saying like if when you're training with your partners, if they're getting ahead of you, you said if their jab's on. I know, I catch that. Like, the jab's what's going to throw him off his timing. So, yeah, it's so crazy to me, like, or it's so interesting to me, like just the importance of all the different shots, like when they play. Like when they're most effective, like when you step to one side, one shot is going to be a killer, and the other shot's going to be pretty pointless. Like, what's your go-to shot? Like, what's your favorite punch throw?
Man, I like them all. I love to throw my uppercuts, but my favorite one is when I throw my jab, but I'm not committing to the jab, but I'm throwing it just so I can. It's like a bait. You know, so I throw my jab so he can throw either his left hand or his right hand. I step to the right, and I just tag with my right hand. Yeah. And that's actually how I knocked out my last opponent. Yeah. But I've been doing that my whole career. That's just, I love doing that. Yeah. You know, but the importance of that jab too, when you throw, like, let's say you're throwing your 1-2 at me all the time, and your right hand's always landing. But as soon as I start connecting with my jab, if you throw your 1-2, and if I hit you with my jab first, that right hand's barely gonna miss me. Yeah. You know, or isn't it you're gonna lose your balance? Yeah. Isn't it, make you lose your balance? Or if you were planning on throwing a 1-2 hook, you're not gonna throw that 1-2 hook. You're gonna throw your jab, and then you can throw your right hand, but your right hand's not gonna be on target. Yeah. Because you just got hit with the jab. It's hard. I'm trying to picture all this, but I fight southpaw, so I'm trying to like switch myself around, because when you're like 1-2, my 1-2 is obviously different because it's right left. So I'm trying to like picture all this. If I was like fighting you, I'll make sure I'll keep my left foot outside of your right foot. Right. Yeah. So and I'll throw a lot of right hands. So my favorite
combo, or it's not a combo, but my favorite 2 shots to throw right now is because I fight southpaw, but I can also switch to orthodox, is now I've fallen in love with throwing my left hook and my straight right. Like, I've fallen in love with that. And to everyone else, that's, everyone can throw that because most people fight orthodox. But for me, it's something that's like, I've learned, I've had to teach myself how to do that, and I love that shot. Just throwing that left hook and then the straight right. When I land that, I get like the biggest smile on my face.
So you throw your hook first and then your right?
Yeah, I throw my hook and then I throw it straight. I've fallen in love with it, but I don't know. As a boxer, you probably.
Oh, I love that too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like when I'm sparring, I get hit with like a hook in the right hand. I'm like, how can I not see that hook? What the heck?
Yeah.
Then I try to come back and try to do it.
Yeah.
But also try to throw your right hand. But when you throw your right hand, you have to like really commit and then come back with the hook.
Yeah.
It's like a Tyson hook.
Yeah, yeah.
It always lands because especially if the guy doesn't move, that hook, if you throw that right hand, and you throw that hook, it's always.
So you're saying throw the right hand first and then throw the hook?
Yep.
Okay.
But don't throw it keep it short.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay.
But don't throw it from like over here because he's gonna see it coming.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Now I've been trying to step up my boxing game. I mean I need to get with boxers and step it up. But again, it's just to help my partners. But I like tagging them with it because they're used to me fighting. I fought southpaw for so long, but I'm right-handed. So my jab I throw my jab a lot, and I use that to get them where I want them to go because that's just where I'm at. But my boxing's trash. I need to get better. I need to get my boxing's. It's bad. So that you brought up now twice. Me and you fighting, and I'm just letting you know. I don't care. You smoke me, okay? Like you smoke.
No,
me.
I will never fight.
But you'd smoke me. So let's talk about you winning this belt. You talked about you landed your favorite punch to end the fight, but this is not your favorite fight. This is not something you wanted to be excited about it, but because of circumstances, you weren't. So let's talk about that.
Yeah, to be honest with you, man, I regret taking this fight.
Yeah.
I wish this fight never happened. I'm happy that I won, but what happened to my opponent, he's doing a lot better, obviously, but him being in coma, and so it feels like my victory got taken away because all the attention was on him, and then every time they bring up my name, it's always like they have to mention him, and but winning this fight, I was expecting, I'm definitely gonna get paid now, some good payday, and my phone's been silenced ever since.
Yeah.
And I feel like it kind of ruined my boxing career. I mean, my career's not like over, but winning this type of fight, you're getting those big fights. There's no way you're not.
Yeah.
And it just I guess I just had bad luck.
Well, so let's talk about it. So you went in the underdog. You were supposed to lose this fight. And what round did you put him out in?
I put him in. It was a 10-round fight, and I stopped him in the 8th.
In the 8th round.
Yeah.
Were you just dominant the entire fight? Was it a good war back and forth?
I felt like I won every single round.
Okay.
But he's still like, I remember he caught me with the hook. I think it was the 2nd or 3rd round. He hit me right in the neck. I felt this like he has heavy hands.
Yeah.
And I'm like, holy crap, man! I gotta knock this guy out. Like, if he hits me, I feel like he can really hurt me.
Yeah.
Like I said, any punch hurts, but you can tell when a fighter has heavy hands. And when I felt that, I was like, I gotta take this guy out. And plus I'm like, I have to knock him out, or else I'm not winning this fight.
Yeah. Were you in his backyard? In his promotion?
Well, it was his promoter having the show, so it was pretty much his backyard. So, I went in that fight. I'm like, I need to knock him out. I need to knock him out. And I'm like, and if I do get robbed, the good thing is it's on TV, so people will know who really won this fight.
Yeah.
So I was stressed about it, but not really too much, because I was like, if worse comes to worse, and they say I won the fight, but I got robbed by decision, people will know the truth. But my main thing was like, I need to knock him out, because I don't want. You don't want
to put it in their hands.
No,
no.
So I just knocked him out, man, and it felt good, and just to find out the next day the news, and it sucked because I couldn't celebrate it. I couldn't celebrate this victory like I wanted to.
Yeah. So those who don't know, who are listening to this, he went into a coma.
Yes.
Do you know how long he was in?
I think he was in for like 2 months, three months maybe, but he had like 2 surgeries, and I think he might have 1 more, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I think about it because I'm like, but this is before this fight even happened. I will always tell my brother, remember, bro, like I'm a father, husband, brother, son first. Like, I'm a fighter second.
Yeah.
If you see me get hurt in that ring, if I'm taking unnecessary shots, stop the fight.
Yeah.
I might be mad at that time.
Right.
Because I'm a fighter, and none of us. In the moment. Yeah, we don't want to quit, and but at the same time, I'm like, I got a family to come home to. Boxing ain't paying my bills.
Right.
You know, but I will give it all.
Yeah.
My all, but yeah.
So do you feel like he was taking unnecessary damage in this fight?
I felt no, because every time I'll catch him good, he'll come back, he'll throw like a little flurry.
Yeah.
And I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. I was like, oh, snap.
Yeah.
You're lying.
Yeah.
But he's a good fighter. He's a tough fighter. You know, he was signed with Rock Nation, so obviously a big company like that's not going to invest in a fighter if they don't think they have potential for anything.
Right. And with your rankings and how you were, if you were the underdog, then obviously he's a good fighter.
Yes. And yeah.
So he wasn't taking any unnecessary damage. So
he, like in the 6th, like I heard him in the first round, like I hit him on top with the hook, on top of his temple, and I kind of dazed him. So I kind of got my confidence. I'm like, yes, I think I can knock him out.
Yeah.
Then here comes the 3rd, here comes the 4th, here comes the 5th round. I'm like, holy crap, man! Like, you know, but obviously this guy, his full-time job is boxing. That's all he does.
Yeah.
So I know he's coming with his A game.
Yeah.
Plus, we were supposed to fight before, but unfortunately I got hurt. I couldn't fight. I broke my left foot. But I come back. So anyway, he's training.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's getting some good training, and he's coming. The title's on the line, so. You know, he's bringing anything he has. But then in the 6th round, I heard him again, and I felt like they should have stopped the fight in the 6th round because I was catching him with some good shots.
Yeah.
And but the 7th comes, he kind of comes back, so, and then the 8th round comes, and that's when I knocked him down once. He gets back up.
Yeah.
And we're fighting for like another minute and a half.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, like.
Yeah.
There was a second I'm like, I don't think I'm going to be able to take this guy out.
Yeah.
But
then it happened.
And I was like so happy because I was like, yes, I got this victory, but I was more happy. I'm like, yes, I don't have to go 2 more rounds. That's what I was really happy about. Like, yes, I don't have to go 2 more rounds. Because 3 minutes inside that ring is brutal.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So I just like, to me, it's just I don't know why. You know, it's. Like you said, your phone's not ringing. Is it because people think that people are scared to take fights with you now? Or
I don't know. Like,
what do you think it is?
I feel like it's 50-50. Yeah, I do feel like some fighters don't want to fight me because obviously they know I'm not here to just bow down to anybody.
Right.
Like, I'm coming to fight. You know, and if I get beat, I'm gonna get beat. Like, I'll be like, yeah, he beat me. I couldn't do nothing about it. But and I feel like they know what's up. Like, they know Jose Haro's not coming just to get a paycheck.
Yeah.
He's coming to get paid.
Yeah.
He's coming to fight.
On the winner's purse.
Yeah, I'm coming to fight. But like I said, people know me from the amateurs too. They obviously know me from the pros. They see my record. They see that I'll go to people's hometown and fight.
Yeah.
So they know I'm coming to fight.
Yeah.
You know. So, and I feel like a lot of these fighters too, they're like, why am I going to fight this guy if I can make, let's say, $50,000, but I can fight this guy that's not as good for $50,000, you know?
Yeah.
So, why risk? Why? And plus, like, a lot of these fighters are so, like, protective of their
records. Yeah.
And, like, that's why I kind of like the UFC I mean, I'm a fan of the UFC, but I like a fighter can have 10 losses and he can still fight for the championship belt.
Yeah.
Because he earned the shot.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel like boxing should be like, a guy can have 20 losses, people think he sucks.
Yeah.
a guy for example, this guy can have 10 wins and like 15 losses, but this guy can be 15-0. But casual fans will think like this guy that's undefeated, it's good.
Yeah.
But this guy will probably knock him out.
Yeah.
Because this guy has fought everybody,
Yeah.
up and comers, champions, ex-champions, you name it. This guy hasn't fought nobody.
Yeah.
That's why when some amateur fighters some undefeated fighters do step up, they get beat.
Yeah.
And they get beat badly.
Yeah. Yeah, because he's been fighting scrubs
exactly.
or being fed by the promotion or whatever. So, yeah, I think boxing and the UFC kind of need to mold. I don't know, the ways that they do that, because sometimes guys get title shots in the UFC that I'm like, what? Because he sells tickets. Like, there's. So I feel like there needs to be a more it's a better system for in both organizations. There needs to be a better system for finding out who's fighting who's fighting next.
It's not going to change.
It won't,
because it's money talks.
Yeah.
If you can sell tickets, even though you have tons of losses though, but if you can sell tickets, you're
going to get a shot.
Golden, yeah. But it also depends who you know. So let's say, for example, I'm not even ranked by this organization, but me and you, we're not even ranked in the top 10. If me and you are not even ranked by this organization, but let's say you're a promoter or whatever, he knows the president of that, of the organization, me and you would just jump. We're not even ranked, but we'll fight for the title. Yeah. Because it's who you know.
Yeah.
And then obviously if he has money, they're gonna make those moves.
Yeah.
That's why, like, to me, I don't care about no belts. I don't care about no more belts. I just pay me. I'll fight anybody. Just pay me. That's all I care. I don't care about no more belts, because belts, to me, boxing, they're lame. There's so many belts.
Yeah.
There's so many belts. It's not like there should be only one belt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
In one weight class.
Yeah. I think in all organizations, even when we're talking about with UFC, like, they're giving out interim belts left and right. They're starting to mean nothing, and they're starting to give people. I mean, Brock Lesnar is going to be fighting for the belt, and he ain't even been in for 3 or 4 years. He ain't even been in.
You know why?
Money.
And because he sells tickets.
Yeah, so let's do away with the belts maybe and just start paying people. The belts obviously aren't really meaning much anymore. No. And well, going back, that belt, the names that you associate with that belt, that means something. But these belts that are coming up now are starting to not mean a whole lot. And like you said, there's belts everywhere, left and right. Everyone's getting belts, and so what do they mean? What do they mean at this point? Well, they mean nothing, but it means something. Money.
Yeah.
Money means someone can pay for their family. Someone can take care of their family. So I'm almost with you on that. Who cares about these belts? Yeah.
So someone offered me a fight, like, oh, you can fight for this belt for 10 grand, or you can fight this guy for 20 grand. Oh, screw that belt.
Yeah.
Why am I gonna fight for that belt? I'm gonna go get paid.
You've already got 6. What do you need more for?
I don't. Yeah.
What do you need more for? Lex, you had a question. What was
just
the question?
One. So you had mentioned earlier that you went into this fight and you were the clear underdog, so I don't know, and you felt like there was like a lot of like, oh man, like this kid is like, no, you just were really taking seriously, like everyone's like, he's gonna be like an easy one. How did you stay focused to perform? Because like that can be like from an athletic standpoint, it's a mental game, like when you're just like, oh my gosh, this person is so good, or like, oh, like all these people are super, like more experienced or more whatever. How do you like stay focused in the game so that so it doesn't affect your own performance? You know what I mean?
Yes. I just block it out. I train to win. I don't train to lose. I'm not running 3 miles. I'm not taking all these hours away from my family just to go put a good performance.
So you think about the work that you put in to get yourself there, and that's what keeps you grounded.
Oh yeah, and I think about my opponent too. I'm like, I'm gonna punish him for putting me through this work. No disrespect to my opponents, but it's like, it's his fault that I'm working this hard because I had to fight him. So,
yeah.
But my mind's made up. I'm always gonna be a B-side fighter. I'm always gonna be an underdog, and I'm okay with that, and that's why I can train at peace.
I love
so
that.
like the pressure's more on them.
Always.
There was an A-side fighter, so if I go to your hometown, your promoter show, if it goes to decision, most likely you're gonna win. But I have other plans, and And that's how I deal with it. I just block it out, and I'm like, I train hard. If in this sport you win some, you lose some, it's gonna happen. No one can retire undefeated. It's impossible. To retire undefeated, you're gonna need a lot of luck.
Yeah.
Look at Mayweather. He lost like at least 3 fights, but he just got some guess decisions.
Yeah.
Not just him, but there's other fighters too. But I don't believe in. No one can really retire undefeated.
Yeah.
It's
the only thing that's undefeated is this podcast. Oh, hey.
But that's how I deal with it. I just worry about myself.
No, that's all you can worry about. And people who worry about too many other things and like focus on other things, like it clouds their mind. It clouds their mind. If you can just say, I'm gonna go in and do what I can do, I'm gonna perform to my best and do what I know to do, you're gonna be all right.
Yeah.
And it's proven. You've shown. You've shown that you've been able to do that. Before we've been over an hour now. I don't want to take up too much time because I know you got your kids to get back to. But did it feel like it was an hour?
No.
No, yeah, it goes by fast. But before, we got something big we got to show. We got something big. This he brought this magazine. I didn't know why he brought it at first. I saw Conor McGregor on the front, and I'm like, why are you putting that fool in my face? I don't want to see that fool. But then he opens it up. Where we at? Oh, there we are. Open up to page 67. You got your boy right there. A whole article, like 4 or 5 pages of you interviewed by ESPN magazine. That's pretty big, bro.
Yeah.
Like when I said this dude is top. Like we haven't had a bigger guest. We haven't had anybody who's accomplished more than you, man. And I can't say how proud I am that you come from this state. That you represent us, and you do it in such a fashion that is so respectful and at such a high level. Man, I can't thank you enough for coming out here and doing this podcast for us. I can't thank you enough for again representing dads. Dads that go out there and they care about their kids, and dads that go out there and they are there for their children. And then what you do in this sport and how you respect this sport. I'm not a boxer, but I'm in martial arts. It's all one family. And the way you handle yourself, man, I take my hat off to you, and I thank you for what you're doing. Do you have any sponsors you want to give a shout out to? Anybody, any family or anything?
No, I want to obviously thank my wife, my kids, because even though my kids do help me, my older kids, they help me when I'm training. I'm like, go watch Louis, please, when I'm in the garage or something. I would like to give a shout out to Dr. Calvin's clinic and Hernandez Law Firm office, and I want to say one thing. If you really want something, you gotta go get it, because nobody's gonna get it for you. Trust me, nobody. And I know life's not fair, and life will throw curveballs at you, but you just gotta find a way to go get it.
I love it, man. Thank you very much. Wex, you got anything?
No, just honestly, I think I was thinking about it. Like, you could give off this very, very grounded and very like humble vibe, and it really has been something that I needed to hear. And it's been a blessing to like learn from you today and just like hear your experiences and just kind of see who you are and your character and how you like choose to live your life. And I love that. It's so inspiring to me. Like, I truly am like, oh my gosh, like I've learned so much today. So thank you.
Real man, you're an inspiration. Thank you for coming out. Wex, throw out your tagline.
All right. Thank you, Nick. There are just so many cameras. Be you, be yourself, be confident.
Be good to yourself, be good to each other. I love you.